Hello everyone, welcome back to the Horrible Art channel where you can be the worst of the worst at anything artistic. Today's video is about finishing an old painting that I had for about 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's a long time to have an unfinished painting, but I decided that it was time to finish it, and I had a good idea of what I wanted to do with it. So that is what we're going to be doing today. It is a timeline of me finishing that old painting. Don't forget to watch all the way to the end so you can see the final result. I was very happy with how it came out, and I'm sure you guys are going to love it too. So if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and the notification button so you don't miss out on any more videos. So let's get to it. So right here I am just using the same ink that I used before. Well, not the same ink, but using ink like I did before when I first did this painting. And I'm just adding a little bit more cherry blossom flowers because I felt like it needed a little bit more. It was too blank for me, for my liking. My intent was not to make a full blown, like a full cherry blossom, but one that is pretty much already almost done with its blossoming. So that is what I was doing here. I was just adding some more details. So right now I am mixing the colors that I'm going to use for the sky in the background of the painting, and I just diluted the watercolor paint until I got the desired color, which was a very light, almost translucent blue, because I wanted the painting to have more of a watercolor feel. And yes, these are watercolors that I am using on a canvas. And I know it's kind of weird, maybe some of you might have used this watercolors on a canvas, but I just felt like the results will be very interesting, so I decided to use watercolors instead of using acrylic paints, because watercolors is one of my favorite mediums. And also I knew that it was gonna come out looking pretty much like an old style painting, like an old style Japanese painting. Here I'm working on the mountains, and as you can see, the colors are pretty similar. They're in the same color scheme. I didn't want to stray too much from the type of colors that I was using, so I kept it pretty simple and similar. I was just using pretty much almost the same, all the colors, just different tones of them, and playing around, also adding the purple and just getting different colors based on the colors that I already used, like the blue for the sky, and then also added a little bit more red and a little bit more purple. And right now you see me that I'm doing the lake part of the painting, and I was very happy with the results. This part was very nerve-wracking, and I usually don't paint water because I suck at it. I'm really bad at it, but which actually means that I should be painting more of that just so I can get the practice. So I still went for it. If it comes out bad, then that's just the worst that can happen. Like, it's not a big deal. I could just make another painting and that's it, and fix the mistakes that I made, and get better at it. Right here I am back at the lake, and I am coloring the water for the entire lake in the painting. I personally like to jump around my painting. It is something that has been stuck with me since high school. My teacher pretty much, my art teacher told me not to stay in the same area, to just move around the painting because it makes it easier. And I tried it that way and I've liked it, and I always just move around the painting all the time. You don't have to stay stuck in one part and just do it one by one, or do it all the way from the top to the bottom, every single little piece. Feel free to move around your painting or your drawing and just finish different parts of it, because that gives you more of a full perspective of how the work is coming along, instead of just one little part of the painting or the artwork that you're working on. Right here I started painting the tree, and I actually mixed my own brown color. I do have the brown watercolor paste, but I decided to just play around with it and mix my own color, which is something that I do recommend you guys do. When you're practicing, try to use as little color as you can. Use your primary colors and just play around and mix up different shades and different colors. This will also help you on knowing what mixture of colors will result in a specific color, and also you will get to play around with the shades of the colors, and that way you get some more practice. For example, if you want to layer colors, you will be able to foresee the outcome of overlaying those colors, because you already know what color affects a specific color and what the outcome would be. For example, like if you know that when you mix yellow and you mix blue, you're going to get a green. So if you have a blue down and you overlay with a yellow, you know that the outcome will be some sort of green color. Here I have already finished coloring the entire tree, and now I am just going back and adding some shading. I am using the exact same color that I was using to paint the whole tree, but since I let it dry and I went over it again, the color became a little bit darker, and that is one of the techniques that you use when you're using watercolors to give some shade or achieve a darker color of that version of the color that you lay down first. So like if I were to apply the same blue again to the background, then the background will become darker. Here I went a little bit outside the line, so I decided to clean the edges to make it look better, and all I did was just get my brush cleaned and with a little bit of water just go over the area and pick up some of that pigment from the watercolor. Right here I'm working now on the ground or the grass, and again I wanted to keep it pretty similar tones with the colors, and I also wanted to incorporate a little bit of the brown, especially because I didn't want it to look like it was like very healthy grass or a very healthy ground. I wanted it to be muddy and just very dull colors. After finishing the ground or the grass, I moved on to working on the cherry blossoms, and this didn't really take any time at all since there were so little of them. This was also one of my favorite parts because I just love cherry blossoms and I love the color. After I finished the cherry blossom flowers, I moved on to the swing, and this is actually the last part of the painting. I know I'm a little bit out of frame and you can barely see anything, but that was the only comfortable way for me to achieve the effect that I wanted to. What I did is I took different vibrant colors and I layered them one after the other, going from the top of the swing all the way to the bottom, and on the bottom part of the rope that forms that little triangle, I kind of zigzagged the colors and I picked 2 specific colors. And I know this is not exactly the same as the colors that I am using, but they're kind of similar, and I also just wanted to add something weird, something different, and something that pops out, because that is one of the things that I like to do in my paintings. I always have to have at least one thing, like one of these things is not like the other. I always have to have one of those things, like always has to be at least one detail that is popping out and that is completely different from what the whole painting is meant to be. So yes, you guys, we are done. This is the finished result. This is finished painting. I was very happy. I did get the outcome that I wanted. It does have the same style that I was imagining and envisioning. It's kind of like a old Japanese painting, and I was very happy with it. It's not a super masterpiece, but I liked it. I am very happy with the results. So I'm very grateful for you guys finishing this video and watching it all the way through. Thank you so much for the support. This really helps the channel grow so I can bring more art tips and tutorials and videos for you guys. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.